Good morning. And welcome to Westside Unitarian Universalist Church, where compassion leads us to work for justice and equality. I'm glad you came here today, and it is my hope that you will find something here that nourishes your heart, feeds your spirit, and grows your mind. My name is Tanner Trask, and I will be your worship leader this morning. Be you a spiritual seeker, an atheist, or a theist, Westside is a community of many beliefs, genders, and sexualities, a community of diverse cultural, racial, and class backgrounds, a community of varied abilities and gifts. Some here find inspiration in the great books, others in the great outdoors, and others still in great conversations. Whoever you may be, all are welcome in our inclusive congregation. And to newcomers and old friends alike, we say, welcome. At Westside, we are raising the next generation of Unitarian Universalists, and we want them to know that they are an important part of our community. Several years ago, we chose to be radically inclusive and to adopt a multi-generational worship, where our services include all family members, so welcome to all children and youth of all ages. There are a number of announcements included in your order of service today, so please take any of them that you might need for reminders this week or to share with others. And for those of you joining us online or visiting us in person for the first time today, if you are not already on our mailing list and would like to join, you can sign up by clicking the link at the bottom of our westsideu.org website. And for those of you that are in person here with us, please take a moment to make sure your devices are silent. And this morning, the reflection will be given by our Director of Lifespan Religious Education, Nikki Kennedy. And today we'll be taking a look at a few things, including the fact that many Westsiders here are getting ready for a new school year. Some of you as students, some as teachers, some as professionals, others just as supportive friends and family members. And if you did manage to bring your bag, briefcase, or backpack, keep it close. You'll need it in a little bit. So I invite you all to take a deep breath. And from wherever you are, settle into this sacred space that we create, and let us worship together as we listen to this morning's prelude, ABC, written by the Corporation and performed by Dr. Yuki Kumamoto. For those of you that were thinking, wait a minute, I thought that was the Jackson 5 version, not the Corporation. The Corporation are the songwriters for the Jackson 5. Anyway, thank you, Yuki. So our opening words today are Honor and Understand Our Lives by the Reverend Judith Mannheim. We gather together in this space to honor and understand our lives. We bring our pasts and would share them, our dreams and would express them. We use words, song, silence, and gesture. Words cannot define our lives, but they enable us to reach out to each other, to tell and to listen, that we may be renewed, connected, unburdened. Apprehend with wonder the lives of those around you, for from wonder into wonder, existence opens. I'd like to invite Nikki and Chloe to come forward and light our chalice this morning. The chalice represents the Unitarian Universalist Association, or UUA, and is a symbol of the Unitarian Universalist faith. The flaming chalice is a symbol of both the heritage of our past and the light of hope within this church today.
We light this chalice today as people dedicated to personal growth. May it burn away oppressions we have been taught and glow instead with the humility of learning.
May it ignite our dreams for a better world and kindle our joy for simple living. May its warmth extend out into the forgotten alleyways of exclusion and bring us home to love, to welcoming, and to all the challenges, the questions, and the blessings of the beautiful path to becoming a beloved community.
Our opening hymn is number 360. Here we have gathered in the gray hymnal, this one here. Please stand as able and so moved and join our song leader, Tricia Bowes. And please remain standing and join us in our affirmation. Love is the doctrine of this church, the quest of truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to work for justice through action, to serve others in community, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with creation. Thus do we covenant with one another. You may be seated. And this is normally where I'd say, please come forward if you are young at heart or would like to have a close-up view for our Time for All Ages presenters, Tricia and Lane. We'll do that in a second, but first, we have a special song to share as we begin our time together.
Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide.
So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know there are ways and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star?
Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far.
What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? What do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell, we know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La 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 dee da da doo, la la da da dee da doo.
Okay, we're thinking about using the handheld mic and just
That was awesome. Do you want those? No, I got those. We already figured it out.
Good morning. Welcome, everyone. Wasn't that lovely? I've got goosebumps. I just love it. Yes, it's on. Wow. For many of us, we have lots of new starts this week. We start school. Some of us start back to teaching. Some of us are excited for our new beginnings, and we're eager to start a new school year or get a new classroom or maybe even move to a new school. Some of us are homeschooled, and so we have new beginnings too, just not in the same way. Your teachers may be the same as they were last year. A new year means new subjects, new levels of things we'll be expected to do. I, for one, am excited. I'm so excited about my new beginnings this year. Some of us may be nervous about what's coming too. And some of us may be downright scared. We try to be big, we try to be brave, but that's not always easy. For some of us, school is a place where we don't really want to be. We'd rather be at home. We can have all the feels when it comes to something new. We can be excited, We can be happy, we can be scared, we can be bummed, all the feels. Bummed, it means you're like, oh, do I have to do this? It's kind of a bummed feeling. Yeah, it happens to all of us at some point. Hey, where you going? Well, we are so excited that we get to start this new year with you. And I want to show you something that we have. We have these new tags. If you brought your backpack or a bag, or if you have one at home, you can take one of these. If you just want it to put your keys on it, you also can take one of these. It says Westside Unitarian Universalist Church on one side. And what's that symbol? It's a chalice. And on this side, it has You Matter. Wherever you go, I want you to remember that you matter. So if you're a student or an educator, or if you are a lifelong learner, can you please stand up?
Nice. We are a community of learners. So this is our wish from Westside for all of us learning this year. May each person here be reminded that they are unique and special, and each of them matters. May their bag hold special things to help them remember how strong they are and remind them of how much this community of people believes in them and will love them always. Uh-oh. And may their new tag be a daily reminder that each of them matters this day and every day. Help them remember their values and let their lives be guided by the principles of our shared faith. May this new year be filled with fun adventures and special joys. May they always know that here each of them are important and each of them matters in this community, and they are all loved exactly as they are.
Thank you all for this time. You may be seated. I hope that all of you have a wonderful new year and new learning, no matter what your age or what your stage, that you will always keep learning. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Jane Hardwick, your pastoral care associate this morning. In our community here at Westside, we make time each week to share pieces of our lives with one another. We do this because each person in this community has value. Each person experiences matters. Submit your joys and concerns to the team by completing one of these forms at the welcome desk, emailing us at pastoralcare@westsideu.org, or contacting any member of the team. We share our concerns with one another today, knowing that sorrows come to each person in life, knowing that together we comfort each other. And this is a concern written by all of us, so thank you all for sharing this. Our thoughts are with Maui as they navigate the fires and grieve the loss of loved ones. We also share our joys with one another, knowing that joy comes into all of our lives, knowing that together our voices can rise in a chorus of celebration. And we have a joy today from Caroline Nixon. After 32 years of living with juvenile diabetes, this week my care team said my heart and eyes show no signs of complications. Thanks to my parents for setting the expectation for good self-care and for helping me make it happen. Not every joy or concern can be shared openly in community. Some must be shared eye to eye or simply held in the heart. We further recognize that some do not have voices with which to speak the depth of their pain or the height of their celebration. We make space each week for musical centering, knowing the life and experience of every person matters, and together our lights shine brighter. As we hold all of our joys and concerns among us, both those spoken and unspoken, let us center to hymn 1053 in the Teal hymnal, How Could Anyone?
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Good morning. My name is Diane Austin, and I'm one of the meditation leaders at Westside. At this time, I ask you or invite you to relax your mind and body and join in a time of meditation. I'll begin with an introduction before we move into a minute of silence. Our bell will sound to signal the start of your own meditation, prayer, or reflection, and it will sound again at the end. Our introduction this morning is May We Seek the True Questions by Dr. Linda Hansen. Let us enter into a spirit of meditation. Much of our human struggle is with what we do not know or understand. It is often difficult not to want answers, or even more difficult, not to think we have them already. May we experience what we do not know, not as an individual failure, but as an invitation to community. May we seek not the true answers so much as the true questions, knowing that true questions make our lives meaningful, even if sometimes restless journeys. May we be grateful for the restless voices in our communities. Let us take a few moments of silence to listen for the restless voices within ourselves. May we be good company to one another in our questions and our journey. May it be so.
The great end of all the world's faith traditions is to bring the human being closer to the divine by acts of creation and compassion. In the spirit of generosity, Westside chooses to reach out to our wider community. Westside's plate offering for August is the Southside Community Garden. Southside Community Garden is a grassroots initiative that builds garden boxes at the homes of residents living in the 76104 zip code, and that is the zip code with the lowest life expectancy in Texas. Its aim is to increase access to fresh produce and empower transformational healing in a community impacted by food apartheid and systematic racism. Bryce Jones and Allison Pope started the Southside Community Garden Group and brought in gardener Amy Mead in the hopes of helping these fellow Texans have access to healthy foods. Jones and Pope met during Black Lives Matter protests in 2020, and by speaking out during Fort Worth City Council meetings after a Fort Worth police officer shot and killed Tatiana Jefferson in October 2019. Jefferson was living in 76104 at the time of her death. James Smith, Tatiana's neighbor, and the person who called 911 for a wellness check that evening, was the first recipient of a garden box. Southside Community Garden achieves its initiative with a network of home gardeners, volunteers, and organizers who share a passion and commitment to growing vegetables, learning sustainability, and promoting justice through food. Access to healthy food is a vital part to longevity. Please give generously as you are able in support of this very worthy cause. And now let us enjoy this musical offering performed by Yuki, School Days by Chuck Berry. Thank you for putting into practice the spiritual virtue of generosity. Our giving connects us to the wider web of community. And thank you also for our members for keeping your stewardship commitment current to keep our congregation's important work going. For those of you too young to really know Chuck Berry's music, highly recommend checking it out. For those of you who are familiar with Chuck Berry's music, I am very sorry to inform you that he is quite literally in the U.S. history textbook. And with that, I would like to turn our pulpit over to our guest speaker, our Director of Lifespan Religious Education, Nikki Kennedy.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you today. Let me get my glasses on. So when I told my nieces that I was doing this today, they said I should begin with a joke, because some of you know I really like cheesy, good jokes. So here's my joke to you, and I've shared this with you already, pretend like you don't know it. Where do bad rainbows go? They go to Prism. It's a light sentence. Bum. Truly, thank everyone who's been part of the team that has offered so many great opportunities for us this morning. I share with you that I am a bit nervous, and after reflecting on my reflection, I rewrote it. Today, we celebrate so much. We celebrate a new school year and all those who spark learning in our community and new beginnings. We celebrate this place, this beautiful space together with air conditioning, where we can seek solace, ask big questions, and connect with others. By being part of this community, we not only provide encouragement, curiosity, and intellectual stimulation, but we also cultivate a space that nourishes our spirit, furthers personal transformation, and fosters community growth. Today, I invite you to consider the significance of our collective efforts in building a community that matters. In a world where divisiveness and fear persist, we strive to create a haven where all can be embraced for who they are. Our Unitarian Universalist principles call us to affirm and celebrate the inherent worth and dignity of every individual. And it's within our shared community that we find the most fertile ground for this affirmation to take root. In our community, we aspire to be a source of encouragement for each other. We understand that life's challenges can be daunting and often make us question our abilities. By creating a safer and healthier environment, we offer support and inspiration to those who may feel marginalized or overwhelmed. Each act of encouragement can serve as a catalyst for personal growth and communal growth, allowing us to rise above societal pressures and carve our paths towards a more fulfilling life. Today, we witness the power of music and the joy it brings to our hearts and our souls. As I reflected on my own childhood memories of this song, I'm reminded of the pure delight it brought me and how it has stayed with me throughout the years. As a child, I was very involved in the music program and the community, the church that I grew up in. I loved being a part of something that was so much bigger than myself. This special choir had to go on a journey of learning and growth. The fact that people were willing to say yes to the challenge and be brave enough to sing something, I am deeply grateful for. There are plenty of us that are not up to singing in front of a group of people. At the first practice, they learned the fundamental skills of matching pitch and understanding the notes on the treble clef. This initial step laid the foundation for what was to come. In the second practice, they came together as a group, learning to move from one note to the next, following the conductor and singing in harmony. This required not only technical proficiency, but also a deep connection to the words and the meaning of the song. Today it was special for Westside UU to have these voices singing live in our sanctuary. The beautiful souls who sang from their hearts were not only supported by their families, but also by the caring adults and friends who nurtured and encouraged them along the way. Hearing them, I could feel the power of a supportive and inclusive community. When we create a culture of encouragement, curiosity, and intellectual stimulation, we provide a place where individuals of all ages can thrive and express themselves. It is within such a community that we find growth, joy, and a sense of belonging. As we celebrate the voices we heard today, may we continue to foster an environment where everyone feels empowered to share their gifts. Let us cherish the memories made and carry the spirit of music in our hearts, knowing that it has the power to uplift, inspire, and bring us together. Now, I was going to ask how many of you learned to ride a bike. You know, the two-wheeled bike without training wheels while you're in single digits, but then I thought, nah, I won't embarrass anyone. But when I learned to ride a bike, the encouragement of those around me, those who had also learned to ride, those who wanted me to learn for me, because of the empowering freedom it would give me to feel the air rushing over my body, the excitement of riding to a friend's house for giggles and laughter, the absolute pleasure that came from pedaling so hard for a few minutes, I could kick out my legs and just fly through the air. And even today, when I get on a bike, the pure joy that I feel is powerful because of the amazing memories. Also, there may be a more cautious ride these days, knowing how much harder I'll fall. As a kid, learning to ride a bike with two wheels, I didn't think much about the physics of it all, the speed, the balance, how inflated the tires were. But as I rode more, I wanted to learn some tricks, to keep up with those Malden boys. Science became more important, and boy, did I ask a lot of questions. The encouragement from others around me, especially when I felt frustrated or when I crashed, the encouragement mattered. I probably would have given up if I hadn't had adults and other kiddos encouraging me. I wonder what ways you can offer encouragement in this community of Westside Unitarian Universalist Church. Maybe it's encouraging others to share their gifts, like the choir that shared the Rainbow Connection with you this morning. Maybe it looks like telling people you really appreciated their help. Maybe it's showing patience and encouragement while a friend is learning something new. Church work can be hard. We can all use encouragement. Unitarian Universalism is a faith tradition that celebrates the quest for knowledge and lifelong learning. Within a safe and healthy community, we encourage intellectual curiosity and nurture an atmosphere of shared exploration. By engaging in thought-provoking discussions, encouraging diverse perspectives, and inviting dialogue, we stimulate our minds, expand our horizons, and ensure that our collective wisdom keeps evolving. Y'all, this is good stuff. The progress of human knowledge and understanding has been shaped by individuals who have had a thirst for learning and a willingness to share their ideas and knowledge with others. The shift from the belief that the earth was the center of the universe to the realization that the sun is the center was a significant milestone in human understanding. Throughout history, scientists, philosophers, and thinkers have continually challenged existing beliefs and sought to expand our knowledge of the world around us. Their dedication to curiosity and their commitment to sharing their findings and ideas have propelled our collective wisdom forward. It is through the ongoing pursuit of knowledge, the asking of questions, and the sharing of insights that our understanding of the universe, our planet, and ourselves continues to expand. When we engage in open dialogue, embrace diverse perspectives, and encourage intellectual curiosity, we create a fertile ground for transformative growth. This community has always advocated for OWL our whole lives by providing the supportive environment it provides for families and individuals to engage in informed and inclusive sexuality education. By nurturing curiosity, exploring diverse perspectives, and promoting understanding, OWL helps create a safe place for dialogue and expands our knowledge and understanding of human sexuality. Last spring was my first opportunity to be a part of an OWL program. Thank you, COVID. This particular class was a 5th and 6th grade class who were excited to be together, sometimes nervous, always asking incredible questions and not shy about sharing opinions on how people can do better. There was a particular Sunday afternoon, we were talking about how people are labeled. Society's need to have people fit into boxes. For example, I'm a tallish, white cisgender woman with shoulder-length dark brown hair and have noticed some wise gray streaks appearing. Today, I'm wearing a banded neck flutter sleeve jumpsuit that is green with some white geo patterns and my very comfy Birks. I'm also a daughter, a sister, a sister-in-law, an outlaw to my brother-in-law's family, an aunt, a friend, a Nini to many. No one word describes who I am, and therefore no one box will I ever only check. Some people would make assumptions about me without knowing anymore. As the conversation in OWL class continued, the tone changed. The students started sharing that individuals are so much more than any one word. They don't fit into a box, and everyone agreed. These 5th and 6th graders said they don't want to be like adults today. They said when they become adults, they want to make kids feel like their wishes and their desires are valued. I felt a sad chill come over my body and the urge to fix their pain. They shared experiences of adults not respecting and using their names or pronouns and not acknowledging their gender identity or sexual orientation. They shared their hurt from not feeling free to be their full selves. Y'all, people need better. Instead of jumping to conclusions about someone, what if we started from a place of curiosity? It's a powerful realization that each person is a complex and multifaceted being, comprising multiple identities, experiences, and aspirations. I want to get to know the real person. Let us continue to support programs like OWL and engage in conversations that challenge societal norms, dismantle harmful stereotypes, celebrate diversity, and promote inclusivity. May we commit to creating a world in which everyone can be their authentic selves without fear of judgment or exclusion. Together, we can build a community that honors the full spectrum of human experiences and fosters a deep sense of belonging for all. When we gather as fellow seekers, we bring our individual dreams, our challenges, and strengths, weaving a tapestry of shared experience that is far more vibrant and rich than any solitary journey. In the presence of a caring community, our triumphs are magnified, our sorrows are lightened, and our aspirations become collective endeavors. Each voice adds value, and thus our community is stronger together. You see, my mom was a secondary ELA teacher for over 40 years in public education. And while I may not have always liked my mom, hello, teenage years, I have always appreciated and admired the way she cared for each student as an individual, accepting each student as they were. I understood at a young age the power of language, and the power of seeing ourselves in stories. One profound experience she shared with me was from the class reading The Life of Pi. Her students practiced various faith traditions or identified as Roman Catholic, Jewish, atheist, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, and maybe others too. As Pi explored and adopted pieces from each one of these religions and ways of life, the students became excited to share how their family was a part of that group. When they watched it together on DVD, the pride and ownership was apparent. The wish to be understood and appreciated by each group was experienced by all. When living and working in community, everyone wants to have their traditions, their beliefs, their experiences shared and appreciated. We can't all believe the same, but we can appreciate who others are. One reason I was excited to begin my adventures here at Westside 4 years ago was because of the understanding that we don't have to think alike in order to love and live in community. Community is fundamental. It acknowledges that our individual journeys and perspectives enrich the tapestry of our collective experience. It is through the recognition of our inherent worth and dignity and the understanding that each person matters that we create a space where everyone can feel valued and embraced. The commitment of this community to truly live out the words, "Love is the doctrine and service is the prayer," is evident in the way Westsiders care for one another and actively engage in service to the wider world. The acts of love, kindness, and support that are extended to one another and the collective endeavors in which we participate truly make this community stronger and better. The metaphor of a woven tapestry is beautiful. It speaks to the interconnections between each individual and the way our lives are intertwined. Each person's presence and contributions matter, adding depth and beauty to the collective fabric of our community. Today, let us pledge to support one another in this task, knowing that through our collective actions, we can build a place where all are welcomed, respected, and loved. May we remember that we can't change the past, but learn from it and do better for today and tomorrow. I want to be a part of a community. I want to be part of this community. This community that is going towards something, not running from something, because that's not it. But moving forward together. That's it. Together creating a better, safer, healthier place. We don't need perfection. This community needs each of you. Each of you matter. We gather in community to be community. Not because it's easy, but because it's hard, because Westside is needed, because you are needed to be a part of Westside. For it is deep in my heart, I know our world would be a better place if each person had a safe and healthy community to be a part of. I can't create this for the world or even Fort Worth, but I can and will commit to being part of a team of incredible people for Westside to be such a place. Just like Linda has the signature line in all of the emails from the office here at Westside, we really are better together. Remember when we heard the song just a few minutes ago, The Rainbow Connection? A rainbow is a metaphor for desires, dreams, and wishes. We can offer space. We can offer a place where stargazing becomes a reality. Westside, please help be a place that offers encouragement, cultivates curiosity, a place for all people to be provoked in thought. Let us be a community where we ask big questions, where we show up, we help each other, and we are all seen. And I wonder how each of you will help make this vision a reality, a true rainbow connection, where illusions and visions are tangible, and they are seen through our actions of deep joy and contentment. I just wonder.
If you can stand as able and moved, we're going to sing our closing hymn today, number 158, Praise the Source of Faith and Learning.
Verses 1 and 2.
Praise the source of faith and learning that has sparked and stoked the mind with a passion for discerning how the world has been designed. Let the sense of wonder flowing from the wonders we survey keep a faith forever growing and renew our need to pray. Source of wisdom, we acknowledge that our science and our art and the breadth of human knowledge only partial truth impart. For beyond our calculation lies a depth we cannot sound, where the purpose for creation and the pulse of life are found.
Closing words today are, I send you out, by the Reverend Kelly Weissman Ashpruth Jackson. I send you out now to share yourself with the world. May its promise and complexity set your mind ablaze. May you hold fast to what your life has taught you. May you question everything. And when you have changed the world, and the world has changed you, may you return to this place and share what you have learned with us. The flame is extinguished, but not our hope for the future, our courage in the face of crisis, or the love we share in all the world. Join me finally in our congregational closing. Go in peace, seeking justice. Go in peace, committed to the rights and opportunities for all. Go in the peace that is created when, together, we build communities of true solidarity, deep compassion, and fierce, unrelenting love. Go in peace. May it be so. Blessed be.